don't forget to plan for one of the most important things that you can do for your student in high school. In my opinion, AP classes are some of the most important things that you can do for your student in high school. You may be surprised at my 3 reasons why they're so important, and I'll also share with you how they practically helped my 3 children during college and during high school as well. I'll give you some hints. In a separate video, I will compare AP classes, dual enrollment or an associate's degree, and IB program. But for here, let me focus on what I feel is truly the most important. First, a definition. AP stands for Advanced Placement. Essentially, it's like a college course during the course of your regular high school studies. At the end of the school year, there will be a cumulative exam, about a 2, 3, 4-hour exam that all students nationwide who've taken that course on the same day will take. The exam is scored from 1 to 5, with a 5 being the equivalent of an A in the college course, 4 being like a B in the college course, and so on. And if you get scores of a 3, 4, or 5, typically you would submit those when you apply to colleges so that they can see what you've earned. AP classes are rigorous and they require your child to study. So if your child earns maybe a 1 or 2 on the exam, you just would choose not to submit those scores to the colleges. They'll see on your transcript that your child was challenging themselves by taking an AP class. You don't need to submit, it's your choice. So the first reason why I think AP classes are so important is that most colleges will give your student college credit for scores of a 3, 4, or 5. Some courses even get you several courses. You could be exempt from several courses, and the credits that you earn will help towards your college degree. Some schools may insist that you take their English or their math, especially if you're in one of those majors. However, they'll typically allow you to apply those AP credits towards an elective credit, for example, which does earn you more college credit. Our oldest daughter graduated a full year early from her school, saving a full year of tuition for our family, which was wonderful because of the number of AP classes and the good scores that she got. Our second daughter, she earned a 5 on AP French, and her school gave her so many courses so many French courses because of that 5 that she only needed 2 extra courses to declare a French minor, which she went ahead and did. And that's helping her in what she's choosing to pursue medically in the future. So the second reason that I would say why AP classes are so important is that AP classes demonstrate that your student is serious, that your student is smart, and that your student is willing to study. I'll list the grouping of AP classes here if I can, the different classes that are available. But colleges want to see that your student didn't just breeze through their high school years, or they took 1 or 2 things that interested them. They're interested to see that your student is willing to challenge themselves and that they're interested in different subjects, that they're curious, that's a big college buzzword, about higher level study in the different courses. So take a look over here and see if there are multiple things. I recommend that you not just take 1 or 2 AP exams to demonstrate your child's willingness to learn and to challenge themselves. Reason, well, let's see, I guess I'll tell you here that my son has applied and is going to a school that only accepts 5 on AP exam, a score of 5, and that's only in some subjects. However, even though it's not going to earn him college credit, those AP classes that he took, the high scores and even the sheer number of AP classes that he took, allowed him access to this school, and they needed to see that he was challenging himself, not just in all the math subjects or not just in 1 or 2 subjects that he liked, but across the board that he was challenging himself in college level courses in high school. So the third reason why I would say AP classes are so very important is that they can help your child determine what they might want to major in. Now this may seem far off, especially if you're listening to me and you have a child in 7th and 8th grade, but most colleges require your student to declare a major when they're applying for colleges at the beginning of their senior year. Now I don't know if you're like me, but I had no idea What would have helped were AP classes, because AP classes go a little bit more in depth than your regular high school classes, and they can help your student determine what their possible major might be. If they love a class, well then that may be where they want to head towards in their college major. If they hate it, great. At least you've ruled out something. So for example, if your student says that they want to pursue engineering, great. In high school, have them take AP Physics and AP Calculus, both levels. If you have a student who says, I really think I'd like law school, well then have them take AP US Government and AP Comparative Government. If you have a future medical professional, have them take AP Biology and AP Chemistry and see how they like it. If you have someone who says they want to do a business major, for example, or finance, have them take AP Microeconomics and AP Macroeconomics. If you just simply want for your child to increase their SAT, ACT, or CLT scores, or to prepare themselves for the college application essays, which we'll talk about that later, you may have them want to take AP English Literature and AP English Language. Both of those will help. What if your school does not offer AP exams or classes? What if they only offer honors programs or honors classes, for example, or you're homeschooling? Well, you can definitely sign up for an AP class on your own. There are many online providers who will offer AP classes and prep for the AP exam, and they come in a wide variety of class formats. For example, if you go on their website, they should tell you how the class is going to be. Are there mandatory meetings, or is it watch a video afterwards, or is it mainly discussion boards that they're going to do? But you can probably find a class that will fit your schedule. For example, my son wanted to study AP statistics, and it did not fit into his schedule, but he really wanted to study it. So he decided just to add it on to his regular classes and self-study for AP statistics. We have lots of review books, but he decided that a little bit into it that he wanted a class. So we signed him up for an online class that was totally extra from his high school schedule, and he just did the work after school or on the weekends. So that was one great example of how that can work for your student, just doing an extra AP course using an online class. I can highly recommend PA Homeschoolers, and I'll list the link here and I'll put it down below in the notes. They were a great program who really helped my children love the subject material and earn high scores. They have a very solid record for helping the students to earn solid scores on the AP exams. And if you asked my kids, they'd probably say some of their favorite teachers were in PA Homeschoolers. I also used, PA Homeschoolers did not offer AP French, so I used the Potter School, and again I'll list that here and I'll list it down below, for AP French, and my girls had a great experience. But there were a lot of online choices, so take a look. Those two are just two that I can recommend personally, but there are a lot of them that you can experiment with outside of those two. So if you have friends, and you probably do, who have children in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th grade, send this video to them. Share it with them, because this is something that you need to plan ahead to do. The AP classes don't just kind of fall in, or maybe you'll end up taking one or two, which is great. But if you agree with some of my points here, you may want to take more than 1 or 2 AP classes in your student's high school career, regardless of what kind of schooling you're doing. So share it with your friends. I think they'll be glad that you did. Now, here's my request to you. Would you share with me what your biggest questions are for the middle school, high school, and college application years? I am starting a new course called the High School Map, how to plan for the college application years without missing crucial steps. And believe me, it starts in 7th and 8th grade. If you're already past 7th and 8th grade, that's okay. I will give lots of hints on how to jump in and how to really take advantage of those powerful years in middle school and early high school years. If you have a student in 11th grade, you hang in there, because I have lots of information for you too. For this course, for the first 75 people who comment on the survey and the notes below, or simply do a comment below, I will invite you to the beta class, the first iteration of this course. And I've listed a bunch of questions down in the notes below that will give you some ideas of what you might ask, what you might be interested in. So read through those and possibly pick one or two. So thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. I hope this has been helpful for you. I'd love to know if it's been helpful for you. I have had such a great experience with my 3 kids going through middle school and high school, and gosh, I'd love to share as much as I can with you. So I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk with you soon.